Why is Tesla so far ahead of the competition? A lot of the leading car manufacturers in the world are playing catch-up with Tesla. I believe this is because many of them simply didn't believe that Tesla could deliver. But if you look at Tesla's volume for the Tesla Model 3, there are some significant proof points that the company has. In fact, in December, the Tesla Model 3 was the third best-selling car in all of Europe. Tesla is not just eating into European car manufacturers' hybrid sales, but also into their gas-powered vehicles as well. The automotive industry isn't just made up of the auto manufacturers, it also includes suppliers and their partners as well. And in Germany, this ecosystem is arguably the biggest. How did they get here? Many of the car manufacturers simply wrote Tesla off as a company that couldn't execute and one that would never be successful. That was especially true of the Model 3, which has long been the company's strategy for reaching a broader market and, even more important, profitability. Tesla struggled mightily to deliver the Model 3 with numerous setbacks and stumbles, but eventually, the company figured things out and started shipping Model 3s in volume, and has shipped 400,000 vehicles thus far. Nobody really expected that Tesla would be able to ship 400,000 Model 3s by 2020, especially the European auto manufacturers. So much so that both Mercedes and BMW have had significant shakeups, including layoffs in the case of Mercedes and replacing the CEO in the case of BMW. Most of these impacts come from Tesla's Model 3 and the vehicle's success in selling into the same compact luxury sedan segments that BMW, Mercedes, and Audi have the most volume in. The Model 3 is something different and something entirely faster and dramatically technologically more advanced. For example, the Tesla Model 3 performance was put up against the BMW M3 last year by Top Gear and beat it in terms of track time and braking, which is quite unexpected for the performance version of Tesla's mainstream electric vehicle. The performance of the vehicle is fairly important to brand reputation and sales, but what's even more important is the experience that the customer feels and the automated capabilities of the vehicle. That's where Tesla is miles ahead of the competition. Many of Tesla's competitors are still living in an era where a customer purchases a vehicle once, and the only thing the manufacturer does is deal with warranty and recalls. On the other hand, with the initial introduction of centralized computing platforms based on NVIDIA, Tesla has effectively built a software-defined vehicle that is a constantly living and breathing platform, evolving with the needs of users and Tesla's roadmap over time. While Elon may have some lofty expectations for self-driving capability in Tesla vehicles, the company's iterative approach to software is helping them inch ever closer to a self-driving vehicle beyond today's Level 2+ capabilities. The way that Tesla is able to accomplish this is through a multi-year effort to build their own high-performance custom computing architecture for FSD, fully self-driving, which includes multiple AI accelerators. Tesla is heavily using machine learning to accelerate what the car sees and how it can react to it, while also adding features like Sentry Mode, which give customers peace of mind. The system is not without its flaws, as the NTSB discovered in their investigation of a recent death in a Tesla, where they blamed the company, Caltrans, and the NHTSA. The early days. Since its earliest days, Tesla has maintained its grip on the electric vehicle market by taking far more risks than traditional automakers, primarily by making its batteries ever denser, smaller, and out of different, cheaper materials than its competitors. While the bulk of the major automakers have stuck to using traditional materials like nickel and cobalt along with manganese to create batteries that are not only more costly to produce and have a lower storage capacity, portending less range but potentially longer life cycles. 1. Advanced higher capacity battery chemistry. Tesla uses a different, more advanced higher capacity battery chemistry that still includes nickel and cobalt but uses aluminum instead of manganese to create more cost-effective cylindrical battery cells, which according to leading battery researchers have a more usable capacity, which has led to increased ranges and efficiency of approximately 3% year-on-year. However, the downsides to this do include a higher fire risk and possible shorter cycle life or lifespan over hundreds of charges. Tesla's leather seats. While this break from traditional manufacturing methods may be great for the consumer, it has led to some industry experts asking if these changes mean that Tesla may be playing a little fast and loose when it comes to their battery technology. Prompting one leading industry expert, Michael Ramsey, a senior director and analyst specializing in the evolution of the auto industry with Gartner's CIO research group to suggest that perhaps Tesla is more willing to risk their battery not lasting 8 to 10 years and that they will deal with the consequences on the back end. 2. More range, less charging. But not everyone agrees with this thinking. Stanford University's Department of Materials Science and Engineering professor Will Chu, who focuses on lithium-ion batteries, offered another opinion. Tesla's choice of battery material means more range and less charging, which is probably more valuable than some concerns about cycle life. Customers won't have to charge their cars as much if they have 300 miles of available range, so Tesla can afford to use a battery with shorter cycle life. 3. Willingness to go way past the norm. Part of Tesla's success is their willingness to go way past what the industry would normally do, and there is absolutely no doubt that they have and will continue to make substantial investments in leading-edge battery technology and research. Just take a moment and consider what they have achieved in the last 5 years. How other automakers have to take inspiration from Tesla. Companies like Volkswagen, Honda, Toyota have to write software like Tesla. They would have to write a lot of their code from the ground up over again. First of all, legacy code, which is a code that's been written a long time ago that does its job. They have to have a new code that you can easily upgrade and maintain. Legacy code is good when you don't want to ever change it, which most cars have traditionally worked. So now they have managers, developers, and now they are going to rewrite your entire code from scratch to make it more maintainable. While they still have to build out the infrastructure and unit testing suite, they still need to have high levels of unit testing and other automated test suites. They have to have tools like static analysis tools that check their code for common issues before they check them in, and a team to have the right approach and methodology to shipping software on a rapid release interval.